Welcome to Little Talks, your weekly dose of marketing news, trends, and insights from Littlefield Agency. Grab your coffee, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
We haven't done that in a while. Breathing.
It's nice to breathe again.
Yeah, get centered. Hey, so the music's reminding me. Claudia found some of the old music on the server and was like, "What is this?"
Oh God, isn't it bad?
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
You're just not.
That was
used
like
to
one
it.
of the first times that I ever put my foot down on something because I'd just taken over the agency.
No, you know what he did?
I got to be judicial.
He was
He
he was really judicial about it. What he did was he goes, "Well, let's do every other one." For a while, it was every other episode we would alternate music, and then one day he was like, "Let's just go with mine."
Yeah, literally in the file it says Sam Music, Roop Music.
Yeah, we had
So
two.
you can see.
Yeah, there's two folders.
Yeah, I mean, if we were a jamming agency in the '80s, Roop's
Yeah.
music was fantastic.
It's like
I had a
got
jazzy
little,
one.
like-
I had a kind of a hip hop one.
yeah. I don't know if
I
it was
made those.
hip hop.
I made those in GarageBand.
Yeah, he was very
Oh,
proud.
those are yours now.
Yeah.
Those are
Is it all
yours.
making sense now? On that note, welcome back to another edition of Little Talks with Littlefield Agency. I am Sam Littlefield, and with me is my grooving guy,
DJ Roop.
DJ Roop. We're talking the opening and closing music, which I think we've kind of found a happy medium.
We've been using this now for 3 or 4 years.
It's a staple.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like
It's weird.
You remember the opening to Frasier?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scrambled eggs.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, what if you took that away after seasons?
Yeah.
People would be
we're
be
not
in
quite
an
Frasier,
uproar.
but yeah.
We're making our way to it.
We're a spin-off of Frasier. at
My
best.
friend, it is good to see you as always.
Yes.
If you are tuning in and watching the video, you will notice that we have a desk here with no script. Here is the irony of this. This is crazy. Roop comes to me, what is today, Tuesday? Last week. And he's like, "Hey, got a great script for next week." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." And he's like, "How do you know it?" And I was like, "I know the topic." And he was like, "How do you know the topic?" And I said, "Because we agreed to the topic at the end of the episode saying that we're going to talk about 2027 planning."
I forgot.
Oh, I forgot. So next week's topic is going to be great. This week's topic is going to be great because there is no script. Because as we plan for 2027 planning, there is no plan, but that is quite the opposite with 2027. Roop, you crazy man.
Today's topic is about planning. I don't know what there's nothing for me to read, so I don't know what the sentence is, but we're going
And
to
he's
talk
like,
about
"Do we have
planning.
a guest?" I was like, "No, we don't have a guest."
We should have a guest.
Chris is sitting right over there. He's not going to come up here. It's okay. You guys, once again, are stuck with us. But before we dive into our topic, we had as we alluded to last week, we had an amazing Clopay visit. So good having them. Let's give them some freaking love there, Claude. I love it. And three full days of talking about 2027 planning, right? And the ins and outs and everything that we've done this year. And God, they're just good people. So it's awesome having Clopay here. Speaking of good people, Thursday, we have Mike from Grasshopper here at the agency for
his usual HubSpot stuff, but mostly planning. We're going to do some content
We're
planning.
jump-starting content
Yeah.
planning. And there's a lot of more planning things to come with Grasshopper in the coming weeks as I look at schedules and outages. So Mike, as always, cannot wait to have you here at the agency. Mike, I'm not going to see you, though. I'm out on Thursday with a prospective client that's literally been on the books for a while.
Oh.
I know. So Kenny was very nice. Like, "Hey, can you do lunch with us?" I was like, "Oh, no, I can't."
Not going to do lunch.
So you're buying lunch, my friend.
Oh,
Mike,
crap.
you hear that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll find a card.
Go.
I used to get.
See?
You remember Chelsea used to want a card?
Yeah, over my dead body.
It could be worse.
So let's get right into it, Claude. Topic 2027 planning.
That's just it. 2027 planning.
2027 planning. And for avid listeners, people that have been listening and hanging out and dealing and putting up with us for years, this is an annual topic for us. Here in 2 weeks, we have Inbound, Unbound coming up, which that very much has to do with planning as well.
Yeah, so we'll probably do that not next week, but the week after.
Yep, for sure. But for all intents and purposes, today is 2027 planning. And here's what's interesting. Why I always love revisiting this topic. We're fresh out of Clopay planning. You're gearing up for Grasshopper planning. And it's that time of year, no matter when you're fiscal. We have a lot of clients that have fiscals that are changing literally in the next 13 days, as they have September, October, November fiscals. We do have clients, and for people listening, you might be on a normal annual fiscal. Whether your fiscal is changing the next couple of months or in actual January of 2027, it is time to start planning and budgeting and all the fun stuff. And so we're going to walk through what that looks like today, because while it's the same for all clients, I guess from a process standpoint, it's very different by client as well.
Yes, and by discipline.
And by discipline,
And I would, let me just say right out of the gate, the people that should be in here, Chris and Kelly at least, are not in here because
they're literally
they're up to their eyeballs in planning right now.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. A lot of people will ask us, "Hey, like, what's your seasonality?" And I always tell them, "Man, like, I would say it varies by department too. Like Sammy's world, January through April, gangbusters. A lot of people changing agencies. It's a new year. I need a new strategic partner. So that's a very busy time of year for me. For our media and analytics team, it is prime time media trafficking, making sure everything is out there in the live, in the wild for respective target audiences.
Well, it starts in July for them, I think.
And then we're very, right. And we're very steady in the summer, good work, nothing too crazy. But boy, back to school, especially for Chris and his team, it is bonkers. So as we think about how your target audience is digesting media, what kind of content is working, what's not working. We do a lot of postmortems this time of year.
What kind of content needs to marry up with media? Because there's some crossover now between Chris and the content group.
And that's something that is, I'll give you credit, that is something that has changed significantly over the last 5 years. And I remember 5 years ago, like literally coming out of the pandemic, like, hey, as we take on paid media in-house, media and analytics now, pairing that with content and creative strategies and having all those minds in one room and everyone is synced accordingly has been a game changer for us. So that's been wonderful. But as we think about peso, you know what peso stands for? I'm not talking the
Mexican dollar.
It's a great, the Mexican dollar, paid, earned, social, and organic.
Did you make that up?
No, Claude knows what peso is.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Like,
The Mexican dollar?
yeah. What?
I don't know.
You two aren't helping
lined
my
up,
case.
but I've never heard that.
Paid, earned, social, owned. Did I say? I think I said organic. Owned. Looking at your content across the board, right? Understanding what is working, what's not working. And the biggest thing as we think about strategy is this is not a set it and forget it time.
No.
And a lot of people, and the reason that a lot of our current clients that are tuning in, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, Sam, yeah, we know that's great. You absolutely should know this because you've been working with us for years. But for our prospective clients, this is really geared towards them because there's a lot of people that don't have proper budgeting and planning processes in place. And something that a prospective client asked me this recently, said, hey, so when you all are in planning and okay, here's your media plan, here's your targeting strategy, here's our measurement and analytics, like go to market. Do you just set that and you're done? And I was like, oh, dear God, no. and I always tell people, look at your media plan that will be solidified here in the coming months, and then fast forward 6 months to 9 months, and so much has changed because we're adapting our strategies, our buys, our content strategy. I mean, look at what I can't even imagine. You're pretty busy. You got to give yourself a little credit here, my friend. You're a little busy.
This is my busy time of year as well.
Absolutely. So walk us through, just in the sense of content, like how are you working, not only with the creative department, but how are you working with analytics and media? Because there's a lot of moving pieces to make sure, and we have to understand too, people digest media differently, right? Like the content that you're reading in your email is very different than on social media, than very different on a paid media approach through native strategies out in the wild as you're digesting articles.
Yeah, so content planning has evolved a lot over the years, but it starts with the basics of personas and who we're talking to and what we want to say and what search volume's available, because that's the whole thing for inbound content that we strategize and plan each year. Is we're not creating content for the sake of it. It has a purpose and a goal, and it's mostly to get more traffic, more eyeballs, and more conversions, right? It's just not the paid side. It's the organic side. But, organic can also shuffle over to the paid side a little bit. And we have clients that have a content paid strategy where they, you've seen these little ads that show up at the bottom of ESPN or some news site. And it's, just announced for Oklahoma 400 ways you can cut your mortgage in half. And it's a picture of like a duck or something that has nothing to do with the article.
That's just bad advertising.
That's bad. Yeah. Well, I've wondered about that strategy sometimes, and I haven't been brave enough to execute. Yeah, it's clickbait's what that is. But those positions are organic content opportunities. Those are places where you can get a paid placement for your organic content. So we talked to them a little bit about that.
And of course, as we think about organic content strategies, think about the world of SEO, AEO, GEO, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing that's evolved and is changing now. So we'll have a content calendar for next year, and that's stuff we know we're going to do. either content pillar concepts or new articles or videos or whatever. But the thing that is ongoing, so that's the plan, right?
Yeah.
But just like for media, they have a plan, and after about 2 or 3 months, that plan is adjusted some, most of the time, because of how fast things change for search, and especially for AI search now.
Yeah.
We have to build in flexibility into the plan to be able to make adjustments on the fly on the week-to-week basis.
And as we look that's a great point. As we look at plans evolving, a big part of that too is, right, let's say you've got different product launches, you've got different initiatives. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But let's say you're pushing product and it's just totally crushing it. Mm-hmm. Clients like, hey, we are seeing tremendous success here, but we're not seeing as much success over here. But then it's a matter of, do we want to keep, pressing the pedal down on this product and just, through the moon, awesome, wonderful, great, or is there a balance? We have those conversations on a weekly basis with our clients.
Yes.
On the initiative front, we talked about this recently. A big thing, we have some client. Hey, here's our top 10 focuses. That's a lot of focuses, right? As we talk about traction, we alluded to this recently. 3 to 5 focuses, and it's okay to have multiple priorities. But what are we as marketing? What are we trying to drive? Right? We talk about soft metrics all the time. Impressions, clicks. That's great. Those are soft marketing metrics. The good stuff, the hard stuff, and I'm not talking alcohol. Roop, I see where I saw you start to smile over there.
I was not thinking alcohol. I am now.
But what are your marketing objectives and how do they tie to your business goals?
What puts money in the bank?
What puts money in the bank? We think about directional drills for Ditch Witch, right? Mm-hmm. Massive, very expensive, huge opportunity to market there. Drills pay the bills, baby. Yeah. And so, what is our strategy to further drive, people purchasing a very, very expensive piece of horizontal directional drilling equipment? Having those conversations up front and understanding how marketing can affect sales. We were with CloPay last week. We had a big conversation about that, right? And our client literally said this, and we've said this before, and it just pains me. Sometimes marketing can be viewed as a cost center. It's the worst thing in the world because it's not. It's an investment strategy, right? Marketing is softening the beaches for sales to make more money, for your company to ultimately make more money, for people to live happily ever after. So making sure, Chris Kaiser and I were working on a presentation for a prospective client that's in later this week. And we were talking about that. It's like, okay, hey, this is all the marketing metrics in the world are great. Is marketing working? Yes or no? And you should be able to tell that. And that, again, as we think about the roadmap and we think as we fast forward quickly to September of 2027, we're having the same conversation in a different light and hopefully with some freaking script.
More planning on that next time.
Can you say, hey, we really sought out to do this and we achieved X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
And that's the magic of marketing. That's why we're all in this business. And we get it. There's a lot of different factors going on in the world right now from a macro standpoint, but ultimately marketing has to drive qualified leads that convert and make your company more money. So having that conversation with your agency, having that conversation internally is just really, really important. And it's moving needle. We have one client that just told us that something is absolutely crushing it, like we just talked about here a little bit ago, and they just said, go, keep doing that. The other part, it'll come, and we'll focus on that another time. But we want you to just keep driving this because this is great for our company. Awesome. Yeah. We shift strategies, and that's the ongoing. That's the actionable part of our program.
It's flexible planning. Is that the right way to say it? There's a plan, there's a strategy, but it has to be flexible today. Yeah,
no, absolutely. And then also too, use this as an opportunity, great team building opportunity, great partnership opportunity too with your agencies. Is don't say, hey, we're going to block out an hour or 2 hours and knock this out. Just spend a day. Someone recently just told me that they're actually a prospective client. They've got a 2-day strategic offsite out of the office. Nice. It's lovely. When we have our annual offsites at the Summit Club, right? It's good. It's good to get out of the office. So dedicate a day, 2 days. If you can dedicate a week, that's amazing. But we also realize that you have a lot of directives internally. But it's just a really good exercise for your internal team. It's really good if your agency partner, if you have one, can sit, have a seat at that strategy table. Just to weigh in. It's literally what we just did with CloPay, and it was so fruitful and so good. And there's so many great things that we learned, and had we not been sitting in on that conversation, it just wouldn't be part of the marketing strategy going forward.
We're people. We like to be face to face anyhow.
We're people, yeah. And Brock and Becca last week after Clope was in town, was with another client, and they were just sitting there. They were literally sitting at the table for 6 hours, and it was just more of they were absorbing as they are, their fiscal turns here in 13 days at September 1st. And so again, it's just so helpful for them because they use us as a sounding board, but also can spur some great ideas as we go and do our own planning. So it is almost September. It is happy planning to those that celebrate. If you do not celebrate planning, that is okay. We know you're busy. I don't know if Chris Kaiser's celebrating.
I was going to say, do you think
right
Chris
now.
celebrates or doesn't celebrate?
No, but I think he looks at it as a good challenge opportunity. I don't think in any way he's. I'm speaking for Chris. If you're listening, sorry, dude. He's probably like saying.
I would agree. I'll also speak for Chris. I think he thrives in the pressure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I think he would miss it if it didn't come around.
One of the best things that Chris Kaiser ever told me is it's the NBA championship every day for him. It's fourth quarter. Chris wants the ball.
Big NBA guy, Chris.
10 seconds and counting.
Have we
Chris
said
wants the ball.
Chris is our media director, by the way?
Our director of media and analytics.
Oh, yes. There's two parts of that.
Two parts.
We haven't mentioned it. We've just been saying Chris and Kelly.
Yeah, Chris. And then Kelly, our senior media strategist, who Kelly has literally only worked in media her whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
a
great,
whole team of people behind them.
Well, and it's cool too as we look at our tenured clients that we've had for a long time. Like it is amazing how much our planning process has changed over the years, and how, like just even year over year stuff based off data. It's not us just making an emotional guess. It's backed by data that informs future good decisions. So, for those that are planning, you should all be planning. But for those that are in the thick of it right now, we sympathize with you. It's an awesome opportunity. It's a good challenge. If you ever need any insight, thoughts, sounding board, etc., you know who to find.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we got.
Is that the end of the script?
I think that's the end of the script.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much for this great script.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Can I do say what next week's is going to be now? So
Absolutely.
We have to, okay.
And remember it this time.
Let's see, what is it? Next week's is, I got it here. Because I printed it out even though we're not doing it yet. Next week's topic will be, should brands be smaller on social media in 2027?
Ooh, that's provocative.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, no, it is.
And then the week after that, we'll do our annual.
Then we'll do inbound, unbound. That'll be
inbound, unbound.
Inbound, unbound, unbound.
HubSpot marketing conference preview.
And you will be leading that, Claudia. I think you weigh in on that one too.
Okay.
Sound good?
What's happening?
Hey, I can go behind the keyboard. We'll switch places. That'd be fun.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, I'm gonna just tear up that buttons.
There's like 100 buttons. She only ever hits one or two.
Yeah, great. I'll find out what all of them are.
A little worried.
I know, it's okay. Don't be. It'll be fine. Okay, cool. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
My friend, as always, it is a pleasure. Claudia, thank you so much. Thanks. And to our listeners, thank you, as always, for sticking in there with us, hanging out, listening to some good old marketing trends. Until next time.
Adios.
All right, bye-bye.
And that's a wrap. We hope you found a spark of inspiration for your marketing strategy. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us at Littlefield Agency to keep the conversation going. Catch you next time.